The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the host, guests, and callers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of AOC Community Media, Cox Cable, LUS Fiber, or any entities they represent. Thanks for listening.
Good morning, people. Welcome to another edition of Real Talk TV here on AOC Community Media. I'm going to get my handy dandy AOC cup as I look for camera 2. Please consider becoming a member of AOC Community Media. We want to thank the staff and management for getting us on and giving us a platform to express our concerns, our research, our feelings on what is going on in today's climate of uncertainty. There are several shows on AOC Community Media that you should check out. We have a number of shows. Brother Darrell Muhammad will be on this coming Sunday, hopefully. Be on this coming Sunday. And I always say hopefully because, you know, you do these live shows and anything could go wrong. Technology is great, but when you're not on the major media platforms, sometimes it's a little bit extra work to be put in. You got Brother Wallace Senegal every Friday from 10 to 12, him with Brother Oscar, the Soul Doctor Narcisse. You also have Brother Mike Brown, who joined the cast and given a lot of contribution to a show that's have their hand more on the pulse of the community, people in the community of Lafayette and surrounding areas. So check those shows out. Also, you have Mr. Kevin defending our community. He's on every Thursday at 5:30. If you like freedom of speech, that is certainly the show to watch. Defending our community with Mr. Kevin. You also have Digital Soul Showcase, a music and entertainment show. I feature live music videos, also things I've covered over the years. Right now I'm back on the nostalgia kick where I show a lot of the past interviews I've did with a lot of the notables I've done over the last 20 years, a lot of Zydeco audience, a lot of blues audience. We've made several trips to Memphis, Tennessee to cover some blues fest out there a couple of years ago. So check that out. That's what's playing on the replay on AOC Community Media. Go to aocinc.org. Check out the the replay schedule on AOC. Also, you can watch with Mr. John Best, Voices of African Americans. So many shows that we have on these platforms, coupled with the open line radio that we originated off of KIEE 88.3 FM, and we'll be moving it, adding more to it. We'll be, for instance, we're live on Digital Soul Radio right now. If you want to listen to the audio portion of this show, and still, we'll still answer your question, and you could listen live and take the app. The app, you could put it anywhere, on your phone, on your television, on your Roku stick, everywhere. Just like AOC app right here. This app, you can actually watch it on the Fire Stick. If you go to what you call the Silk browser on your Fire Stick, that's a browser built in. An internet browser is a web access platform, a page where you could access digital information like you access on your Chrome browser or your Microsoft browser. So Silk has Amazon has their own browser called Silk. So you could access that page, and then you could go in, you could download the actual app to your Fire Stick. You also could get it on Roku. So check out the page at AOC Community Media. They offer a lot. There's so many ways to listen and to look at these fine programs over here, excuse me, on AOC Community Media. I'm waiting on Brother Keith. I think he's there. Let's see. Brother Keith is there. Yes, Brother Keith is there. And I'm going to bring him on again. Please support AOC Community Media. That's the channel of Cox 15 and LUS Fiber 3. Look for bigger and better things to be coming on in the future. And we're going to bring, we got We got the wrong background again. Let's see. We'll go back to. Okay. No, we still got the wrong background. See, when you got so many different things going on, you start messing up. But while I get it together, I'm gonna bring Brother Keith on the screen, and he could give a little introduction of what he's talking about today. Good morning, Brother Keith.
Good morning to the viewing or listening audience out there on Digital Soul Media, AOC Community Media. We want to say good morning to all of you, and also remind you to support these local platforms where we bring you the best in information and we give it to you uncut, raw, and how it is. And we support all views. We take a notice to all views. If you want to join in on the conversation, the number is on the screen. If you got some input, if you got a dispute, or if you don't agree with some of the information that we bring to you, you can always share your side. You can call in on the number that's on the screen. It's a chilly morning this morning. Brother Jay, I guess we gonna get into it. Y'all remember to call in, give us some input. That's very much needed. If it's something we miss, if it's something you think we should be looking at, or some information we should be checking into, let us know. Give us a call. Also support our other platform, Digital Soul Radio, where we bring you the best in music. We support our local artists. So even if you know any artists out there that want to get their music heard or get their music played, um, get with us. DigitalSoulRadio.com. Digital Soul,
Radio.net.
www.digitalsoul.com.
.net.
Radio.net.
Yes.
Radio.net. I'm a
Good
little.
morning, Brother Keith. How are you doing this morning? As
Good
I
morning, Brother Jay.
tidy up the output, put it like that.
Yeah, I know we trying to get set this morning.
Yeah. So much is going on, man.
What's really going on?
Yeah. Listen, I got a clip. And I'm not gonna show all the clips long. I want you to comment on it, and then we could go into some other things. But I think this is important in this day and age. Let's see if I can find it. It's from WAFB Channel 9 in Baton Rouge, and I think people should see it because we're gonna give an example why this is very important. You and I talked about it on People's Tech and Entertainment show we did for so many years at KIEE. We talk about AI. Well, here's the
Oh, I
done.
already know where you're going.
Yeah.
I was watching I was watching the news last
I'm gonna
night,
give a
and they
short
was talking
introduction
about
on
it
it, and
a
then we can
lot.
come back and you and I can talk about it.
The WFBI team now with some new reporting tonight on the story of a Louisiana teen who's being talked about around the country.
She clocked a boy at school who, she says, used his computer to make fake pornographic pictures of her. But as you'll hear from Chief Investigator Chris Nakamoto, she was the one who got kicked out of school. Chris.
Good evening, Liz and Greg. Deep fake images are created by AI and can look so real they can trick the people looking at them. In this particular case, a deep fake nude image of a 13-year-old was being shared around at school. Her lawyers say when she tried to get help from school leaders, they couldn't substantiate what was happening. The punches thrown on this school bus are being delivered by a 13-year-old female student. The school year had just started in August when the teen's father and lawyers say she endured a brutal barrage of bullying. They claim a 13-year-old male student created a deepfake pornographic image of the girl, circulating it throughout the school. When the girl saw the photo being passed around again on the bus, she hit the boy she said was behind it. And because of that, she got expelled.
Look at everything she's gone through. It's just unimaginable.
Greg Miller is representing the teen and her family.
The school board's actions in this case are reprehensible. My client's daughter was begging them all day to put a stop to this. Not only did they not put a stop to it, they put her on a bus with the perpetrator.
The they Miller is referring to are school leaders at 6th Ward Middle School in Lafourche Parish. Joseph Daniels is the girl's father. He's outraged and fighting for justice.
I did not approve of her putting her hands on a little boy, so suspension would have been justified in my mind, but expulsion was extremely way overboard.
I'd like to call the November 5th, 2025 regular school board meeting to order.
At this Lafourche Parish School Board meeting last week, the topic was front and center, with outrage very clear.
She tried to call her father because she was bullied all day because of the bush that was on this individual's face, private part with her face on this picture. These students teased her all day, and she said, "Let me call my dad. We don't need to get parents involved right now," is what she was told. So he didn't get a call.
The board listened to the passionate pleas.
Let's vote. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries.
Voting to return the child
All right,
to
Keith, I'm
school
gonna come
on
back to you.
probation.
Yeah, Keith, I just want to give the crux of the information to the people about what is really going on. And here's the whole thing, Keith. Who is setting the example of AI? And you and I warned people about AI on the digital. I mean, on the People's Tech Show a couple of years ago here on 88.3 in Lafayette when we did the show on Saturday morning. And a lot of people was like, "No, that's not nothing to worry about." But here's the fallout. But I'm going to play the devil's advocate. Who is the main person setting the example right now in the United States for putting out fake video, but always using the word fake? A fake person, I'm going to riddle me this, people. You want to call in, Coach, everybody else, you want to call in, the number 337-272-8849. But a fake person who always using the word fake, he got fake hair, he got fake skin, his skin is falling off, but he's putting out AI videos of him riding in a jet and dumping poo on people who are he deemed as protesters, meaning he don't give a S about nobody else. But the little white kids in school, the little Caucasian kids, the little black kids in school, putting out AI videos and getting detrimental situation going on. But you got the leader of the free world putting out AI videos, so you can't just blame the kids. You got to blame the leader, the adults. President Trump. That's who's putting out all the AI videos. Why you not bringing him to court? Go ahead, Brother Keith. You know I had to add all kind of spice to it. Let's see, I'm not hearing your audio.
All right, you can hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Brother Jay, when it comes to these AI platforms, I believe they need to be regulated by the government. It should only be used for commercial use, professional use only. Just like the social media apps are regulated, you can't put certain things out, certain things that go against their community standard, you could be blocked or restricted for. And I believe these AI platforms should be the same way. They should be regulated. Now, to go off to a different topic, AI is going way further, I think, than what it was intended to do. AI is about to be the new normal. AI is about to take over a lot of career fields. I was looking at a news article last night that where AI are being used for artists. AI are bringing fake artists, fake people. You can actually take the image, likeness, and picture of another person and put it in their words like if they're saying it and it's not really it's not really them. So AI needs to be regulated. That's how I feel about it. And AI to me takes away the original feel of things when it comes to certain depictions, certain descriptions.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's how I feel about AI. It should be regulated.
yeah, and it doesn't help when the so-called leader of the free world is putting it out in a negative manner. Uh, he and his staff in the White House. This is the most ghetto. I heard them use the word ghetto on Jasmine Crockett a whole lot. But this is the most ghetto administration. Who would have
Ever.
think that out of the conservative movement, the Tea Party movement, the MAGA movement, they would be so goddamn ghetto? When you go roll into the White House now, you got all that gold stuff. It's all stuff that people would deem in popular culture as ghetto. Now, who is the most ghetto
Correct.
president? So ghetto type people who they use that word ghetto a whole lot, that would be in the White House. Almost like poor white trash type stuff that they use those words, right? They're always calling people names,
And,
right? But they
and
acting just like that. And that's who's setting examples for these young individuals out there. And that's why you have that in school. And coupled with there's no constraint on big media companies. They have sold their souls. Facebook, Zuckerberg. You got Elon Musk with his bullshit. Excuse me, and others who have sold out those type of media online companies to that situation. And you got mainstream media that won't talk about anything. They'll let the clown say anything, and they'll run with the story.
And brother Jay, let me add this
Hmm.
about the administration. The administration just has disregard for respect of the U.S. government. Just straight
Right.
disregard. You never seen a president just come out and express just open-minded,
Hmm.
stupid, tactical views,
Right.
stupid posts, stupid memes.
Right.
You never seen that before. So
Right.
this administration now has just great disrespect and disregard for the U.S. government. To tell you the truth, um, the administration has no respect for the other branches of government. When an administration or the president can just get out there and just defame and degrade another government official,
Hmm.
that's troubling. It's troubling.
Yeah. Well. Okay. That's what they would call the culture of the right wing MAGA crowd, I guess. And you look at all you have to set the example how people fall for his one liners, and I don't even understand that. You got to be a damn fool, like we say in South Louisiana, uh, to believe something. I mean, someone who wants to give you $2,000 stimulus check, and people fall for that stuff, but they won't give you the SNAP benefits. Let that sink in, people. They won't give. They
First,
want to give you. He claiming he's gonna give you $2,000. People forgot about something he said in January, March, up to March, when he put Elon Musk in charge of everything after he took a chainsaw to all the vital services that people need. What they told you, they was gonna give you a $5,000 Doge rebate check. Where's your $5,000 Doge rebate check? Now, even if he was to give people, everybody $2,000, okay, okay, we got it back. If he was to give people $2,000, Brother Keith, think about this. Where money gonna come from? Out of the deficit money? because they're not, and the lie is about the tariff. They're not even collecting any money on the tariffs. Even if they were collecting tariff money, it's the same money you paying, because no country is paying the taxes are on the items coming in, and the businesses are paying it, but the businesses are passing the cost on to you. So we fall
First
for a
of
lot of
all,
that stuff he say. I can't believe people are actually sitting there and listening to that. I can't believe actually those so-called learned people that he have with him, because they are cast of characters, some fools. Dr. Oz, people like that, Wizard of Oz, all these crazy people sitting in the office and actually listening to this bull that he's saying. So all these
first of
people
all,
should
brother
be
J,
put on trial.
first of all, brother J, let me just say this. For the viewing audience out there, tariff. What's the definition of a tariff? A tariff is a tax you pay. A tariff is a tax you pay. So ain't nobody paying the United States on these tariffs. Goods coming in, the United States citizens are paying tariffs on these goods, because when they put it on stock, or when they put it on the shelves of the store, they're pricing it to where whatever percentage tariff the president put on that item, that tax gonna cover it. So that's a tariff. But far as this $2,000 stimulus, brother J, first of all, you got to get the 218 votes in the U.S. House of Representatives to pass it. You got to get the 60 votes in the U.S. Senate to pass it. And let me say this: a lot of us forgot that the president that the executive branch is not the only branch of government. You got the legislative, and the legislative branch got to approve when it comes to budget items like this. The legislative branch got to approve uh, what the president want. All he can do is send a suggestion or send over a bill, and they gotta or get a representative to put a bill on the floor, and they got to vote on it. And you got to have the 218 votes in the House of Representatives, and the 60 votes in the Senate, because there is a 60 vote threshold, and we learned that through the government shutdown. When the Republicans wanted to open the government, they couldn't. Or let me not say open the government, because I don't want nobody to take it the wrong way or get no ideas. Let me say this: when the Republicans wanted to um, pass the clean CR, which in there was a lot of poison policies, um, they didn't have the 60 votes in the Senate to pass the clean CR. So that's how it works.
Yeah,
That's how it
and this
works.
is why
There are other branches of government,
and
other
this is
branches
why it's
of government.
essential to people to pay attention to what is going on. I mean, again, we're not here telling. I'm gonna say my position. I'm not urging people to vote or not to vote. I'm saying if you are worried, you're not worried about your tax dollars where they're going, or even your sales tax where they're going when you pay a bill. Uh, I'm seeming to be having some things going off on my. I hope it does knock my
In the
thing.
background, yeah.
Yeah. If you're not worried about where your tax dollars going, or you don't care, well, just give them the money. Just open up your wallet and give them your tax dollars. But the people, when I'm hearing rumors of people not getting paid on certain jobs, and I'm gonna leave it at that. And some people say it's the government shutdown. Well, you still have to be concerned, because I know damn well if you say you're not concerned about who's in office or not because you're not voting. I understand that part. I understand voting hadn't got a lot of people where they want to get in the black community. Okay, I understand that part. But that's the same as being concerned of where your money is going. You might as well just pull up to the red light and let somebody dig in your pocket and take your money, or take take your right to exist away from you. If you don't know who's running things or do care about who's running things, that's what I'm saying. That's my logical thought on that. If you want to break it down to a simple, to those who say vote, those who say don't vote, those say, my thing is, I'm not going to urge nobody to do anything other but follow their conscience. I would say those who feel that way, maybe we need to come up with a new situation to participate living in the United States. You live in the United States, you're under their rule and their laws. A lot of us not breaking those laws. A lot of people living this
Correct.
law. We we follow the rules of the highway. We don't go past 55 and when the 55 mile zone. When you get in front of the school zones, I had here in New Iberia, you go down to the where the camera light is. You obey. You go under the 25-mile speed limit or whatever they got. You don't break the law. So you participating in this system. So you should be concerned about what people do with your tax dollars. You should be concerned what people do with your representation in Baton Rouge or the Lafayette Parish Council. You should be concerned. Don't wait too late and say, "Why I'm not getting paid? What in the hell going on?" And a lot of you people still believe in the old-fashioned ghetto rule that, oh, you start cursing and say, "I'm going to get my goddamn money," and all this other stuff. But you know there are laws right there to stop you. You can't get no money because the people say they don't have the money to give you. So what I'm saying, participate, know what's going on. Don't wait till it's too late till you feel I'm not getting paid. I'm mad. That's not going to solve anything. You just gave some slave labor. Yeah, that's all. That's
You
all you
gotta
give. Or you want to participate in the system and help fix it.
you
And I
gotta
hope that's
stay
simple enough for
educated.
people to understand.
And look, brother J, let me break down this government shutdown right quick.
Uh-huh.
Uh, First, I'm gonna say this: the U.S. House of Representatives, the Republicans, they went on vacation. The Senate passed an amendment to the CR. If the U.S. representatives wouldn't have been on vacation, they could have voted on that amendment and opened the government to today or when they passed that amendment, but they wasn't in town, um, or they wasn't in Washington. Um, but back to the government shutdown. What is about? Why they didn't have the 60 votes in the Senate to pass the CR? Because what's in the CR is just a smaller version of the big beautiful bill. Now, what are they calling the big beautiful bill? The big beautiful bill is a repeal and a replace to undo the Affordable Care Act, to undo Obamacare, and with nothing behind it, nothing, no plan to say if we repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act, what what's going to replace it? How we going to make it better? It's nothing, no plan. They don't have a plan. They've been on the Republicans been on it years since it started to replace and repeal the Obamacare Act, but they couldn't find nothing better to where they could get the 60 votes in the Senate to do it. So that's what the government shutdown is about. Now, um pass the big beautiful bill taking effect, what that's going to do? That's going to cancel health care for many, or skyrocket the healthcare prices. um those of you that work in the healthcare field, y'all need to be paying attention. Y'all need to go read that bill. Y'all need to see what's in that bill. Those of you that CNAs, adult daycare, senior living, um, hospitals, rural hospitals, people, Medicaid, Medicare. If you work in those departments, you need to go read that bill and see what's in it, and see if it takes effect just the way it is in January. Uh, what's coming? What's gonna happen? And that's the call for the politicians, the officials, locally. We Louisiana, Acadiana with the three K's, if that's how you call it, Southwest Louisiana. We want our elected officials to come out and explain to our citizens what is in this bill, because I went and broke it down, read it myself. And what is in this bill, the people that's up 60% of the workers in the United States who work in the healthcare field are about to either lose their jobs, take a cut in pay, or be laid off. And in that bill is a lot of things. Is a lot of things that's gonna hurt the healthcare field in the bill. So if you work in the healthcare field, you need to go see what's in this bill. You need to check out what's in this bill. You need to go read this bill. And then after you read it, you need to start calling your representatives, Cleo Fields, Clay Higgins, John Kennedy, Mike Johnson, Steve Scalise. You need to start calling these representatives, start calling these senators and telling them you're not for this bill. They need to reconsider or relook at what's in this bill,
Yes.
because there's a lot of people in the healthcare field that's about to be affected. And for one, let me go back to the Trump administration just for a second, brother J, and then
Okay.
we can move
All
on
right.
if you want to.
Okay.
The Trump administration has a CDC director, the man over the CDC, Robert Kennedy, um, knows nothing, not a scientist. He wanted to pass a vaccine. He
I
wanted to
gotta
put
I gotta
a
interject, and you know me, I want to
go
go.
ahead.
I'm gonna go
Go
full
ahead. Go
ghetto. Then
ahead.
I'm gonna let you come back full ghetto. Okay, they hold a people. If you're listening, call in, coach. Call in. They held a press conference, Keith, brother Keith, and hear how ridiculous and slapstick comedy. If it wasn't a great Saturday night skit, Saturday night comedy show that comes on. Uh, they hold a press conference. All the people with the so-called Trump administration healthcare panel is there. Wizard of Oz is speaking, Dr. Oz. Oprah made up a show that she, just like Dr. Phil, who's going bankruptcy, by the way. You know, Karma is a mother. Karma is a mother. But they all there standing there. Trump sleeping in the goddamn chair.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wizard of Oz is speaking, and one of the guys who headed the pharmaceutical company, he passes out stone cold. Now, is that a healthcare? That is more of an example of what not to be how not to be a healthcare panel. That's more of an example of sick people. I say, look at that. A bunch of sick people
Well,
up
brother
there
J,
giving a healthcare press conference. I mean,
brother J,
Trump knocked out cold, man. He knocked out cold. Say, well, God damn, where I'm at. He's sitting in the chair. I posted it on Facebook, and a lot of other media outlets posted it. Dr. Wizard of Oz talking about some crazy abstract stuff. Robert Kennedy, when the man passed out, Robert Kennedy takes out the other way, you know. Trump stands up like, oh, where the fuck I'm at? Excuse me for cursing. Where in the hell I'm at? You know, this is so much of a Saturday night skit, you know, like you could use for television. So this is what's going on, people. That's who's running things. Let that sink
goes
in. Where Clay Higgins, an idiot, is your congressman in the 3rd Congressional District. Now, go ahead, Brother Keith.
that goes to show you where the healthcare field is going.
in the
And
garbage can.
but back to what I was saying about Robert Kennedy. Um, he wanted to put a vaccine out without going through the normal checks, processes, making sure it's safe. And his own employee said, "No, I'm not. I can't pass this. I can't pass this. It never went through the normal check." And he fired her. And you have people that are leaving departments, that are leaving departments and coming out and saying they're resigning or they're retiring because the plans and programs that they're going through is not going to be effective, and it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. So if their own people are resigning, their own people are retiring, you know that something's not going right, or something is not being done right, or the people that's leading these departments are not educated on the department they're leading. And I mean, come to the state of Louisiana. The state is designed and in line with the Trump administration, Governor Landry. But if you notice, this what they do, brother. This what they do. When they see that things are not going well for them, or they see that people are becoming what they call woke, or people are woke on it, because the minute they start talking about President Trump, numbers in the research polls are not looking good. People are displeased and dissatisfied with the way he's governing the country. When Jeff Landry numbers start going down in the research polls, people started are saying they're not pleased, they're not happy with the way he's governing Louisiana. They start throwing out tactics, or they start throwing out incentives to get you distracted on what they doing, and what's really going on. 2000 the $2,000 stimulus plan, that that's just to get you distracted. Oh, if I put on True Social that I'm about to give out a $2,000 stimulus check, that's gonna get them away from what's going on. They're gonna start going thinking about the stimulus checks. That's what the talk is gonna be now.
And all
And
these
that's
all
and
these
that's the
black
tactic they
influencers out
use,
there,
reverse
uh,
psychology.
all these black influencers out there on social media, where they know social media is driving a lot of the political discourse in the country, and they're gonna put it out there where a lot of the brothers and sisters gonna say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna get our $2,000. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna be singing that Dave Chappelle hook. We are rich." You know what? Add the B word, and that's the problem. And you don't realize that even if that was to come to some type of a twisted reality in the Trump administration, because you're in bizarro world when you're in the Trump administration. Think about that. Where's that money gonna come from? It's no tariffs money coming in, people. It's no tariffs money coming in, people. One profound thing you said, Brother Keaton, I'm glad you brought that up while you was talking about the healthcare situation. A lot of the young ladies who have these jobs in the healthcare industry, whether you're working in hospitals, nursing homes, or caregivers, a lot of you invested heavily into buying homes, buying vehicles, being part of the consumer market. A lot of that stuff can come crashing down, because with the Trump administration, there's no forgiveness. Remember that. There won't be no
None.
forgiveness of okay, you could be late with your car payment. We gonna understand, and because that's trickle down effect when the government starts saying let's forgive a loan, or let's push a loan back. Well, that could translate into home mortgages too. There won't be none of that stuff with Trump. Trump also, they're the most unforgiving, not caring people. Because if you see, look, the main example to look at the Trump administration, the MAGA people, or the Project 2025 people, is to look at ICE. You want to know how they really are? Just go watch a movie I watched last night called Nuremberg. It's a new movie out. There's several movies named Nuremberg about the Nuremberg trials of the Nazi war criminals out in post World War II in Germany. In Germany. Go and check that out. Look at the pattern that these people are on right now. The pattern reflects the way the Nazi rose to power. Project 2025 people, Kevin Roberts, these people are no more than some Nazi on light. Nazis on light. Kevin Roberts from Lafayette. That's where these
Right.
people want to go. They want to eliminate everybody else who's not white, or eliminate everybody else who's not strong. You know, you got the weakest ass president right there. Y'all should have kicked him to the side, because he's not the healthiest person. You know, he's not the epitome of health for the new MAGA or the new Nazi regime. So go and check out that movie and start brushing up on your history. Even though movies cannot always be factual, it's similar to the rise of what the Nazis did. And this is where these people, Kevin Roberts and the Project 2025, the real people, the Heritage Foundation, that's where they want to go. And that's why you wonder, why is all this crazy stuff happening? Because they want to just eliminate every safeguard or guardrail that you could have in government and let the people suffer and fight it among. They want us to fight it out amongst ourselves. I do say they want a civil war. They purposely want a civil war. Go ahead, Brother Keith.
Yeah, correct. That's what they want. A civil war. And the American people, or the American citizens, showed the government on the No Kings rally all across the United States. Showed the government that they don't want that. They don't want to go. And let me say this: it's not just African Americans, but there's a lot of Caucasian European people that don't want civil war. There's a lot of people that are not for this racist, nice Nazi type of way of government. I mean, they're not for it. They're not for it. And I think the American people showed that during the No Kings rally. But Brother J, I want to emphasize what they do is they come back, and it could be something good. They try to use it against the liberals. The No Kings rally, they try to say is that this was a mob, something like January 6th or whatever. In our pretext, because to the Republicans, January 6th, they did a good thing. The Capitol riot was a good thing to some of the Republicans. But I also want to emphasize, so the voters know in the when it's time to vote in the midterms, that Republicans are allowing the Republican majority in the U.S. House of Representatives and the Republican majority in the Senate and the conservative control on the Supreme Court is allowing this administration to do what it wants, when it wants, how it wants, and the way it wants. So if the president say he want to do something unconstitutional, they're backing it. They're backing it. And you ain't never seen nothing like this happen in history. Hey, look, Brother J, Bill Clinton was impeached by the U.S. House of Representatives for having oral sex in the Oval Office. And you got a president that's a woman grabber by the P,
Right.
and they are the conservative majority are protecting him. They're validating the things he do. They arguing a point that is a good thing.
Well,
What
Keith,
he
let,
doing?
let,
They're
let let me
arguing
bring up
that
this.
point. So
Let me bring up this for those who want to participate and who, unlike myself, who's very negative about the whole situation. Look at what happened in Mississippi. That headline right there from from the Mississippi Free Press. Go check it out. It's a great little newspaper. It's online. Mississippi Democrat breaks Republicans Senate supermajority, flipping 3 legislative seats. You see, all is not lost. Mississippi. Now, will that happen in Louisiana in the near future? I don't think so, because here's what they do. They feed us a lot of, Louisiana's not like that. You have Jeff Landry might show up at your crawfish ball and tell you everything is all right, while he steadily pushes the MAGA agenda. Let's put up a Charlie Kirk statue. This is what they do. They cajole us, and they get Negroes in elected office to cajole us even more. Not control, cajole us, make it seem everything is all right. But they apply their racist tactics in the Louisiana House and Louisiana Senate. It's a wonder that Kevin Roberts come from Lafayette, come from this area. And you got Nancy Landry from the Lafayette area. You got Liz Morrell, who moved here from New Orleans from the Lafayette area. You got Clay Higgins. You got the governor. So they know how to use this whole culture thing where, man, let's go pass a good time downtown Lafayette and everything's all right. You see white folks and black folks dancing together. But yet when they go in that voting poll, they vote against black folks, not in a malice type of way. I mean, yes, in a malice type of way, because those policies hurt the black community in Louisiana because they want to eliminate us from running anything. You see now on a national level how the Justice Department, Pam Blondie and others are going after black athletes. They went after the NBA players saying that's a big gambling operation. What happened to the mafia people that they claim were running things with the black NBA players? Now, recently, Keith, they're going after black Major League Baseball players. They had an indictment 2 days ago. There's a pattern here, people. There's a pattern here. Everybody black, they're going to indict. And they want to go after these black athletes because if you're not with them, you're against them. You know? And this is a pattern you just pay attention to.
Well, let me say this, brother Jay. Look, you got you got Liz Murrow, the Louisiana Attorney General, and the Louisiana Solicitor General arguing the fact in the Supreme Court now that the congressional map that we have now is not constitutional. When it was a super Republican majority in the state, and passed these maps, put these maps forward, and now you got the Attorney General arguing the fact that the maps are unconstitutional. For those who listening that maybe wasn't listening on the previous shows, what this going to do? What he's going to do is it's going to take away that second majority, that second minority majority district, the black district. I think is the 6th congressional district. Going to take it away, which Senator Cleo Fields hold that. My bad. Rep Cleo Fields hold that hold that position. U.S. Rep. He holds that seat right now, and if the Supreme Court vote with the few white citizens that live in the district who filed the lawsuit, if they side with them, that's going to take away that district. That's going to take away that congressional district where the minority will lose a representative in the U.S. Senate from the state of Louisiana. Oh, and that's what we're doing. That's what the state of Louisiana is doing now, contradicting what they already what's already done. You're gonna sit up there and you're gonna argue against the state of Louisiana for a few citizens. I mean, brother Jay, how that sound? I
Well,
mean, it
well, anything could
can't put it
happen.
no other way but gerrymander. That's
Yeah,
all. That's the only way you can put it, gerrymander.
yeah.
So, I mean, it's a sad case. It's a sad case,
Well, it
and
goes. This goes back to the weak opposition. I had a discussion with Brother Wallace of Community Matters on earlier, and I say you got, some people say the politicians are it's the same coin but two different heads on the same coin. In a sense that you have the Democrats on one side. It's almost like a person that you have who's supposed to be protecting you, looking out for you, but yet they causing all the damage by letting things happen to you. And you see that so prominently in the Democratic Party on the national level with what's going on with the Senate shutdown. I mean the shutdown of government. You have people. Okay, you have people who wants to pretend they're there for you, but yet they too scared or coward or bought off to do anything to help people. Let me get this caller right quick. Good morning, caller.
Yes, good morning, Brother Jay. Good morning, Brother Keith. And good morning to your listeners.
Uh-huh.
Hey, like always, y'all always having very good topics, things that we need to know that it seems like we don't pay attention to because we're too busy doing other things.
Right.
But right now, Brother Keith was talking about gerrymandered. We are gerrymandered. You look at all the liquor stores that's coming up in our community. It's not us. You look at all the hair places that's coming up. It's not us. You look at all the nail places that's coming up. It's really not us. The things that's happening in our community, we are part of it, but we don't own it, and because we don't own it, we go to these other people and get all the things that we want, not that we need, we want from them.
Right.
And it seems like they have our minds. They know what we want, They don't support our community, but our community support them.
Right.
And that's the part that's hurting us, The politicians go along to get along with each other, Even though they seem like they fighting each other, they go along to hurt us. And it's hurting us because we're not really paying attention to what's going on. It seems like we're walking around with a veil on our face. We could see through it, but we don't see far enough to where we could combat this. We could combat everything that's going on against us, but we got a lot of people that don't know nothing about it. You got people that's running to these religion organizations, belonging to these religion organizations, and the religion organization only wants your money, but they don't teach you how to have a backbone. They teach you that Jesus Christ is the way, but Jesus Christ is in you, not in the church. You know, you carry your cross, your own cross. You don't need nobody to carry your cross for you. You don't need that cross around your neck, because the one around your neck is not making you the person that you really should be. And that's belonging to the real Jesus, not the fake Jesus like they keep telling us it is, you know. And Brother Jay, we are being gerrymandered as we speak. Our black politicians, you know, done helped gerrymander us, you know. Right here in Lafayette, Louisiana, we had two black districts. You know, it was called District 3 and District 4. We went from District 3 to District 1. We went from District 4 to District 5. And then it came back and said, we need 5 city council, we need 5 parish council. Well, what happened there, the parish council is more united than the city council. The parish council have their meeting first, you know, and when they have their meeting, they put things on the agenda that the city council have to agree on, you know, and the parish council do not have to agree with what the city council say, because they supposed to be the strongest, you know. You always hear the parish don't have no money, but that's a lie. The parish are being built up, where you got 3 Lafayette, you got New Lafayette, you got Old Lafayette, and you got Upper Lafayette. Okay, Old Lafayette, they call it the North Side, and the North Side is not really flourishing, you know, and they don't have to put, well, it's flourishing with liquor stores. We got all kind of new liquor stores coming up, you know. We got nail shops, we got hair shops, we got all these things coming up. But when I say our North Side is not flourishing, we got a lot of bad roads. We got housing that need to be refurbished or re-renovated that the city can and should do, but not going to do. You know, they call it the HUD program. You know, it's just like Habitat. Habitat is building all kind of new houses in the community. Now, is they building the community? I'm not going to take that away from them, because they putting houses in our community. But the thing of it is, around these houses, other houses need to be renovated. Help, people need help. You know, we got a lot of people on fixed income. We got a lot of elderly people that when we was under slave wages, you know, wasn't making big money to put in their Social Security. You know, some of them is not even getting $1,000 a month on their Social Security. You know, you get the white community, they're getting $1,200 and above in their Social Security check. Plus, they're getting food stamps and all the things that would help everybody. Whites know more about it than we do. And let me take this. I got into a job, and I was driving a truck.
But look, you gonna get your $2,000, man? You waiting on it?
Well, when it come on my
you gonna take it
in my bank account, I'm gonna accept it.
And
But far as
then we
sitting
all vote for
around,
him. We keep him for a
yeah,
third
yeah,
term.
but sitting
Yeah.
around, yeah, but sitting around wishing and hoping for it
Uh-huh.
and trying to kiss somebody butt for it, you know, I'm not doing that. So, but that's where a lot of us are.
Yeah.
You know, we
Yeah.
sitting down waiting for the pie to come out the sky, bro.
Yes, sir.
You know.
The devil's pie, I guess. The devil's, you know.
Yeah, well, you know, we could call it what we want, but is gerrymandering us, is taking our, trying to take our civil rights away from us.
Right.
And they could give theirs up. I ain't giving mine up.
Okay.
You know, I'm a fight for mine, and just like you and Brother Keith and all of us that's around us, we trying to fight for our civil right and take everybody along with us. But everybody gonna sit back and criticize us,
Yeah.
you know, because we're trying to keep our civil right going in the right direction.
Yes, sir.
But I appreciate you taking my call, Brother Jay. Appreciate Brother Keith, you know, because Brother Keith is well aware for a young man.
Yes.
You know, and a lot of younger people in his age bracket should jump on his bandwagon, you know, so they could understand what's going on. But hey, I can't make them do it. The only thing I could do is suggest that they do it.
Yes, sir.
And Keith got on my bandwagon at a young age, you know, and he did a lot of good things that I know. He showed me a lot of things, just like he came to me for help. He didn't know he was helping me also, because he brought some things out of me that I didn't know I had. So, you know, all that is good, and that's what we need to do. We need to come together and unite. But that's going to be hard to do, man. I don't know how to make that happen. You know what I mean?
Well, Brother
But
Wallace,
we're gonna do it.
what you said just now is encouraging, because that's what we need to encourage the young people to come, because we not going to be doing this forever, and dynamics change, things change, situation change. And the encouragement you gave to Brother Keith just now, and Brother Keith could give encouragement to a lot of other young people, and that's what we need, especially in these times.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I didn't know everything. He didn't know everything. But when we combined it together, you know, he don't know it. You know, I look up to him like he was looking up to me at the time.
Yes, sir.
And that's the bottom line.
Yes, sir.
We got to depend on each other, not just depend on one to do it all.
Yes, sir.
So, Brother Jay, you know, I appreciate you giving me this time to vent, get a point across, and I appreciate you, man. You keep up the good work. Keep on the right track. You understand me?
He know how to stay on that track. I know he know how.
Oh yeah.
All right.
You know, and that's a good thing. So we're gonna holler back later,
All right.
man. I'm gonna keep on listening to the program.
All right, brother.
Well,
We can talk about your governor in a few.
You gave me,
Thank you.
yeah, you gave me more than 3 minutes, man.
Oh, I
appreciate
forgot
that.
about that disclaimer. That might have to just apply on Wednesday. Let's put it like that.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. Thank you,
All
brother.
right, my brother.
Oh. Yeah, that's Brother
Well,
Wallace Senegal. You could catch him every Friday on Community Matters. Him, Brother Oscar, the Soul Doctor, North Seas, and Brother Mike Brown, a new addition to the Community Matters show every Friday from 10 to 12. Brother Keith.
We appreciate.
Yeah,
We appreciate.
I cannot
Brother
play this.
Wallace.
Because I know
And,
our time. We at the top of the hour. We got 2
yeah.
hours. We start 9:30 to 11:30 Central Standard Time here on AOC Community Media. The number to call in is 337-272-8849. But again, for those out there saying, hey, man, you're not getting a lot of chat people looking at it online. Our audience focus mainly is television. We are on broadcast cable TV and also on online radio at digitalsoulradio.net. digitalsoulradio.net. Go ahead and check it out. Keith, man, we got another call. We just have to have one call and it starts it up.
Let's take that call.
Go ahead, caller. Welcome to Real Talk TV.
Good morning, caller.
Yes, yes. Hey, brother Jay, good morning.
There you go.
And brother Keith, good morning. Hey, guys, I want to run something by y'all, or by us. The Supreme Court, no. Let me reverse that. The Constitution of the United States of America, that is considered the supreme law of the land of the United States of America. So make sure that we understand it. The Constitution is the supreme law of the land of the United States of America. With that said, everything has to answer to the Constitution. Everything.
Right.
Citizens, property,
When
law,
Coach finishes, I got a question.
it has to answer to the Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
With that said, states have ways of doing things, and Congress has ways of doing things that basically, I would say, goes against that Constitution, and states and Congress have ways of taking that Constitution to court.
Okay.
Taking the Constitution to court.
So, Coach, what's the question? You started something. They got lines lighting up. What's the question?
Okay.
What question you?
All right, so here's my point.
Okay.
My point is, do we understand the Constitution? Do we know how it works? Do we understand how we could use it to benefit us? Do we understand how we could use it to stop people from abuse of us, abusing anybody?
Coach, let me ask you a
do we
question,
understand how this?
Yeah, and Coach, but I would beg to differ because the people in running the government know what the Constitution is. The Supreme Court knows what the Constitution, but yet they choose to go the other route to make a king. You know, so how can we stop them besides having a physical revolution?
Hold on, brother.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
No, that's my point. What you're making is my point.
Mm-hmm.
Is when you don't know and you don't understand how it works.
You mean the people? The people, because the people that all running office, the people who you and I, we all know what the Constitution, but people are violating the law. So the only recourse is a physical confrontation. Go ahead.
So here's my point. No, here's my point. The confrontation doesn't need to get physical. Here's my point. My point is,
if
that
people
when
disobey, people disobey all the time.
Yeah, I know, but give me a second. But my point I'm making is exactly where we are with the conversation. When you know that something or somebody is breaking the law, then you have to use the law to stop it.
Okay.
And when you tell, hold up, one more point. And when you can't use the law to stop it, you in a pickle.
Yeah.
Because now you exist in something that doesn't even have a law to protect you.
Right. And that's how the Civil War occurred in the 1860s. That's how the Civil War in the United States occurred.
So all I'm going to say is, moving forward, I do see the people have I would say, took a stand. And now the American people are playing in this game. Now they are in the game. And now that we've all stood up, the American people, to say we are not going to let this game continue without our participation. So I would say to all of us, continue to
Coach,
participate.
I don't buy that because you saw what the Democrats did. They caved in. The people that they caved in. That's not enough.
Yeah,
That's not enough what the Democrats is doing.
here's my comment about that. Okay, so some of the Democrats
Briefly.
said that, and I'll make it brief. Some of the Democrats said that these people, the Democrats that did this, caved in. Okay, but the American people who are suffering with their food stamps and no checks and all that, they're not saying that. Go talk to them and ask them what they're saying, and most of them gonna agree with them people.
Well, you see the graphic up there. You see the graphic on screen. I'm trying to say, let it sink in. A person who offers you a whole lot and do a little bit for you, and that's all you have. Don't let that sink in. Our people need more education. We need more shows. We need more people talking about this thing.
And I'm gonna get off on this call so let the other callers call.
Yeah, the caller. We got a bunch of calls.
Hold on, Coach.
Yeah.
Hold
All I'm
on,
gonna say
Coach.
is this.
I got a
What we
question.
just
I got a
discussed, me
question.
and you, Brother Jay,
Yes,
we had a Q&A on with this.
Yes.
That is why the American people gotta stay engaged, because things like this will happen. The way our democracy works, this kind of stuff will happen. But it's what do we do after something like this happens is the response. That's the thing. I'm waiting for our response as people. Thank you. Y'all have a good morning.
All right. I'm
Hold
glad
on,
he stimulated a little bit. Now, the caller was calling a long distance call back again. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Before we go to that other caller, Coach hung up. I wanted to ask him a question. Coach, my question would be, does democracy and the Constitution matter at this point, this current time, where we at in government right now? And the way...
Hey, Brother Jay.
Hold up, caller. He let Brother Keith answer, Coach, for a second. I got you on the line. Stay on the line.
got a low
All right.
At this point in time, the way the government is being controlled from the administration to the majority in the U.S. House of Representatives to the majority in the U.S. Senate, does democracy and the Constitution still matter at this point with the conservative majority in the Supreme Court? That's would be my question.
Okay.
Does it still matter?
Yeah. Does it still matter? Yeah. We might have a caller who could answer that. Go ahead, caller. Good morning.
How you doing, Brother Jay?
Good morning.
How you doing, Brother Keith?
Doing great.
Good morning. Good morning.
Okay. Well, Brother Jay, I was laughing because I heard the brother came on, Coach.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying that I just think that we should understand. I agree with you, Brother Jay and Brother Keith, that it don't go that way. You got to understand the system. These 9 Democrats, it just got a label Democrat. They work. The same 9 that work with the Republican Party all the time. Mm-hmm. They can depend on them. So you got Republicans planting Democrats planting Republicans as Democrats in the Democratic Party. Sound crazy, but they are only actors. They are puppets of the Republican Party. That's why they voted to end the standoff. Now, I'm going to say this here, that when those people see those premiums, Brother Jay,
yeah,
and they can't go see a doctor, and they got to bring $150 to go see the doctor, or go back to the clinic, then they're going to be calling on me and you and all of us to get in the streets. Mm-hmm. Because there ain't no fun and games when you are sick and you can't see a doctor due to high premiums.
And not only that, Reverend Brown, I think Brother Key brought it up. The residual fallout from that will be the effect on hospitals and nursing homes and other places, because that's a domino effect. Costs affect everything in the medical field, and you're going to see people being kicked out of jobs, all the way down from the top nurses, nurse practitioners to the lowly, I don't want to say it like that, CNA, who does all the hard work. They will be losing jobs,
Exactly. Hey, Brother Jay. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. check this out, Brother Jay. So I did a matter of fact, your program coincide with a write-up I just did.
Okay.
I just did a write-up on we've been talking about health, right, Brother Jay?
Right.
I did a write-up about health and put myself in that. First of all, I'm a diabetic and I got high blood pressure.
Okay.
But to y'all surprise, I don't take any medication. Nah.
Right.
I'm not knocking taking medication. Let's get that straight. I'm not going to knock that. All I'm saying is that we can't become dependent on medication. You teachers, develop supplements that can supplement the medication. It's like we get hooked on the chemical and we get hooked on these prescription drugs, and now we dependent on it. And when the medical world begin to collapse, because that's what the Republican parties are doing. They're going to make the medical world collapse, Brother Jay and Brother Keith, and then we're going to be left watching our loved one die and can't get no medical attention. That's the problem I'm having. So the best thing you can do, start eating them greens, start eating the fruits, vegetables, drinking a lot of water, doing you some walking and jogging, and eliminate at least 15-20% of the medication.
And
I know a guy.
And even the SNAP benefits going to them, what you call dollar store menus, that was really hurting us health wise. There's some merit to not having, Jeff Landry and them pass some legislation concerning what you could buy with the SNAP benefits. Is some merit to that? Is true that we need to eat more healthier. You can't just go in the dollar store and buy some sugary candy and popcorn and eat that and soda and do that 24/7, right? So, but overall, this cut of the SNAP benefits is to hurt poor people, to make them suffer, to pit people against each other, to keep us fighting in the street, to cause civil war, and that's what they want. That's what they want.
That's right. You're exactly right. Thank you, Brother Jay.
Well, good looking out, brother. I really appreciate the call.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Yeah, Brother Keith?
Yeah, but to go back to what I was saying, I was asking that question. I know the answer to the question, but I mean, I was asking that question because coach called in and he said the Constitution is the law of the land, which is true. It is the law of the land. But the question is, does the Constitution still matter? Does democracy still matter? The Constitution outlines that every man should be created equally.
Even that's what we call a amended constitution that has to be fixed several times along the highway of its existence. My thing is, I don't put everything into the Constitution, but I certainly want people who pretend to come and get my vote to go and fight for that constitutional right. That's all. That's all we have. That's all we have.
Look, Brother J, and I'm gonna say this. And to coach, you can call back and you can dispute it or you can agree with it. I'm gonna say this. There's a Supreme Court case that comes from the state of Louisiana for the Voters' Rights Act or the Voters' Right Bill. The redoing of the amendment, calling it unconstitutional, that's going to decide whether the Constitution still matters or whether democracy still matters. Because right now, you got a certain party of people, and Brother J, I know we stress a lot how weak of an opposition we are, but you got a party that's trying to make democracy one way, is the way or the highway, and that's not what's in the Constitution. That's not what the Constitution say for both the state of Louisiana and the United States. That's not what the Constitution says. But that's where we're heading, or that's where they want to go. That's where the Republican Party want to go. I mean, the Constitution set aside three different branches of government: the executive, the legislative, and the administrative. But the way things are being run now, is like those other two branches of government don't even matter. Is what the administrative, I mean, the executive branch say, and that's the rule. That's the rule of law now, and that's the way it's operating. That's the way we're moving. That's the way it's going. Because whatever
Hold on, caller.
whatever pre- whatever President Trump tell Mike Johnson to do, or whatever bill President Trump tell Mike Johnson and his mega party to put on the floor, they putting it on the floor. Um, if the president hint to the Supreme Court when the case is there that he wanted a certain way, it's going a certain way. And I mean, we have to, as a as a culture people, we have to really get into the books and look at research how things supposed to operate, how things
All
are
right,
going.
caller.
'Cause
All right, caller.
before you get that caller, before you
Yes.
get that caller,
Wait,
brother, I want
Keith, brother Keith is talking right now, Coach. He has
Okay,
I
yeah.
want
one
to
more thing to
finish.
say.
I want to finish this point because I want to put this out clear before I forget. We have to research and look at the books because I really do believe that in the judicial branch, the judgeships, the DAs, the appeals courts. I think us as a culture of people, we forget about those elections, and I think that's how these really mega conservative judges got in. We focus more and we express to the people more on the big races, the governor, the state senators, the state representatives, but we forget about these federal I mean, we forget about these judicial elections. We forget about the judgeships, but we have to focus more on these judgeships because it's evident more than now, and through this administration's super majority with the Republicans, Republican super majority in the House of Representatives and U.S. Senate, we have seen it now. The president goes to a lot of these conservative judges to get
Yeah,
through what he want through,
block
and
a
I
lot of
think we
stuff
have to
that. Yeah.
focus. I think we have to focus more on these races.
All right, Coach. Go ahead, my brother.
Or Brother Jay and Brother Keith, y'all gonna, I don't know, y'all gonna be shutting down at 11, right?
11:30. 11:30.
11:30.
Okay.
Yeah, the show on Wednesday, Coach. The show on Wednesday is the open line. That go from 9 to 11. 9 to 11, one tomorrow. That's on every Wednesday too. And this show is every other Tuesday of the month, 9:30, 11:30. Thank you. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, so with that said, yeah, as Brother Keith was saying, you know, the different branches of government, we have them. And as Americans, we should know the different branches of the government. And we should know how the Supreme Court works and how it we should know how it's supposed to work and how it's supposed to function. Just like we're supposed to know how each branch of government is supposed to work and how it's supposed to function. But we have to also remember that these are elected officials that come into these branches of government and come into that Supreme Court. And these people were I would say either elected to hold those positions by constituents that they represent. And when you represent constituents, you most of the time are going to do what those constituents that you represent want you to do or ask you to do. And that's a no-brainer. with that said, that's the system that we in, the democracy. The system we in, it allows that process. So with that process is this, though. Here's the kicker. Is when this process is being tested by the people. I would say by the people who were elected to run it, because these elected officials were put in there, and now they run those those divisions, like the elected officials for the executive branch, the judicial branch, and the other branch of government. They are there, and they are in charge to run this machine. It's an operation, got to run every day. And when they all are not coming together in those branches, then you have these debates that happen, et cetera, et cetera. But then we, the American people, we should be paying attention to when all of this is happening, and we should speak up when things are not going in a way that
Coach, let me say this.
what people didn't see, up to a year or maybe 2 years before that, people were talking about Project 2025. It went from a fantasy in some people's mind to a reality. Everything that this government is doing, Trump is purely a figurehead. I don't think he have any belief system other than money in itself, right? And he's the tool of the Project 2025 people, the Heritage Foundation, who has an agenda. 2 years down the road, they told y'all what they was gonna do if they got elected, and this was they implemented. If you cut off every vital part heads of the government and have one branch, the executive branch, controlling things, and you got a rubber stamp by Supreme Court that you control, you don't need a Congress. You have a figurehead in Congress, and you tell him just to go take a long vacation. Well, you're going to win the game. You basically going to win the game, and you're going to put in more places, you're going to build up more defenses, so nobody be able to dismantle that apparatus called the Trump administration, MAGA people, Project 2025, however you want to describe it. This is the problem. They saw it coming down the road. They played footsie. Merrick Garland, Biden, where a lot of black folk put their eggs into that basket, they failed everybody. So we could criticize it, right? But what the other option is what we talked about. We're going to have some real hard physical struggle in this country in order to wrest control back to people just want to go back to normal. I know a lot of people, even myself, even if I don't believe in a lot of belief system of black nationalists or whatever, I just wanted to go back to normal for my grandkids. You know, Coach?
Brother Keith wanted to comment. I'm going to let him comment, then I'll say something after he's done.
Yeah, Coach, Brother Jay hit it on the nail. What I was going to say is, you say that the people that are elected is to they supposed to, well, yeah, they supposed to, but you say that most of the time they go with their constituents, they do what they want for their constituents, they answer to their constituents. But what I want to say, Coach, is if you look at this conservative majority, this mega hold on the government, these people are not worrying about loyalty to the constituents.
Yeah.
These people are worrying about loyalty to that project they put together, that plan they put together. And I'm not, and I'm not gonna say President Trump, which they loyal to President Trump, but people got to understand. We got to understand, Coach. It's bigger than President Trump.
Yeah, it's bigger than him.
Not just President Trump. You know, President Trump can, and I'm just saying it out of sarcasm. President Trump can drop dead right now at this moment. You know, they got somebody else to take that seat and fill out that plan. So their loyalty is to the Project 2025, their white supremacist, racist plan,
and allegory. And it's a triad of things, Coach. It's money, power, racism, and corruption and control of people. It's those things, every negative aspect of life that we can endure under this government. This is where they're going. Once you keep the people fighting among themselves, and you could justify that ICE super police force. Think about this, Coach. Why would you give up to $150 billion for the whole total situation with ICE and other paramilitary law enforcement operations in this country? More than some countries' annual budgets, gross national product. More than that, they're giving that money to a super police force. Why would you do it? You do it because you plan on keeping control for a long goddamn time. And people
Hey,
should be
Coach,
fearful of that. That's what they should be fearful of.
Coach, I'm
And
gonna
do
say
you and
one
do
more
you and
thing.
Brother Keith
Coach,
fully
I'm gonna
understand
say one
what
more
both of
thing.
y'all are saying? And I don't
Oh,
disagree at all. I'm gonna also add this. Brother Jay, you mentioned some type of normalcy. I'm gonna close with
Yeah,
that.
yeah, some type.
Brother Jay, then I'm gonna ask the Democrats. The Democratic elected officials, wherever y'all are, I would ask y'all this.
we've
Okay,
been waiting to hear
so
from them.
y'all are the elected officials that the Democratic Party supporters have elected to represent them and to take on this battle and this challenge. And Brother Jay and Brother Keith, I want y'all to tell me how good are the Democratic reps that have been elected to take on this challenge. How good are they doing right now? I would like to ask
You're
y'all
talking
that.
about the national and state and local. I mean, all of them to me,
The Democratic from the locals all the way to DC. How are they doing? And one question too is this: how did this fracture happen? That these, I think it was 8 people. How did these 8 people come together and break away? It's almost like without the rest of them knowing that they was going to do that.
because they're all extremely wealthy already. Go and look at their
Correct.
records and the
Correct.
financial
I know
back.
that. I
They
know
all are
that. But
wealthy.
answer this question.
Wealth
But
has a
answer this
lot to do with
question.
it too.
Give us your thought, you and Brother Keith.
Okay.
How did the 8 people, if there were 8, I'm thinking 8, how did these 8 Democrats break away and put this together with everybody else that we sent to D.C. without them knowing, and then they passed this thing and voted? And you mean to tell me that nobody called a Democratic meeting where all of them sat down and they argued, they worked on things, and they
All
just
right,
did
Coach,
this?
give us a
Well,
chance to.
your Senate Minority Leader Schumer, he's the one who orchestrated that because he pretended they do that all the time, pretend to be against something because he know the heat was on his ass, and he got these people in the back room and he got those votes from them, but he voted against it himself. You see, not to be coming out like he was for it. And that's the game they play, and that's why we have a caller that always telling us that voting don't get us nothing. Maybe maybe he's right on certain things on stuff like that. So I'm saying the game they playing, they gaming us, brother, coach. They gaming us a whole lot.
And I want Brother Keith to answer this one. And Brother Keith, why was that only Republican from Kentucky? I forget his name. He's a Republican. He is still siding with the Democrats with what's going on right now. He's siding with the Democrats who chose not to do that these 8 Democrats did. Why is this Republican
Ron
from
Paul.
Kentucky?
Yeah, Ron Paul is he's a weirdo. He's not consistent, but he's a weirdo, and it's good that he's doing that in a sense. But at the end of the day, he is who he is, Ron Paul, and he's weird. You got Marjorie Taylor Greene right now speaking against the Republicans, and she's weird too. So I don't put none of that in stock of what they
I
doing.
remember him the other day. Yes, I remember Ron Paul in the last
Yeah.
election time with that. But I'm gonna let y'all handle it from here. Y'all
All
handle
right.
it after.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right, brother Keith.
Brother J, I'm gonna say this: Rand Paul was always wishy-washy,
Yeah.
wishy-washy.
Yeah.
But this is what I want to say to go back about ICE before I forget about it. Then we go address the Democrats. ICE, that a lot of that funding that's being scaled back and cut back in the big beautiful bill, and the funding that was supposed to be in the SNAP program. That's why the president is fighting so hard in the court. That was supposed to be um set aside for the SNAP program when they have a government shutdown. All that money is being saved to be used to put together that Nazi, racist, white supremacist ICE police task force.
And I would say to
That
the brothers who are serving with ICE and federal law enforcement, especially when you have incidents what's happening around the country, brothers, please, brothers, I'm calling you a brother, do not be a tool of white supremacy as you serve with the federal agencies supposedly rounding up people. Brothers, people, remember you are a black person. At the end of the day, when they go finish doing what they doing, acting Nazi, full Nazi, they're going to go after you, law enforcement black person. Think about that. So go ahead, Brother Keith.
and look, brother G, to say the Democrats, Coach asks, what made those Democrats break apart. Well, I'm gonna say this, brother Jay. You got your progressives, you got your conservatives, the blue dog Democrats. They always they always roll with a conservative view, and it's just like you said, brother Jay. A game they play with us. They want to fall under Democrats, but their numbers go for the conservative views. Uh, but what I would say to the listening audience out there, the citizens out there, we got to start on a local level, state level. We gotta go at our officials. Um, we got a local official, a councilman here that went toe to toe with the mayor president about change. And look, I respect that because um he feel that some of his constituents had a problem with it, so he addressed it. I respect that. But then in that same conversation, in that same argument, while you're going toe to toe with the mayor president because they changed a parade route for a good time, in that same argument, you should have asked that mayor president to let us know right now where you stand. Do you support these MAGA agendas? Do you support these white supremacist views? Do you support these white supremacist values? We can't we can't sit back and say we're not gonna go hard on this
Yeah.
politician, or we're not gonna ask
They
this politician the
Keith, they
tough
go hard
questions
on us
or the
every
hard questions
time. They go hard on us every time. Go ahead.
or the hard questions because we the ones ran them in the community. We the ones told them that they would that politician or that candidate is the best thing since cotton candy for Lafayette or whatever, or whatever area you live in. But we gotta go at them too, because now is the time to start checking all the politicians, all of them, and now
such
it's
as
time to
such
start.
as this clown up there, some Clay Higgins, who basically want to use a slur by basically trying to associate black folks with crack when he knows he's out there trying to push legislation to be against Met, right? And Met, we know who the majority of people who use Met. And so he basically want to infuse race into it to remind SNAP beneficiaries that don't stop smoking crack, and you gonna have more food in your belly. When we know a person like him cannot throw stones because he engaged in police brutality, according to Opelousas PD. He was made to resign, went work for St. Landry Parish, where he went against the rules and used his position as the Crime Stoppers spokesman to make up some fake gang activity stuff in South Louisiana and use every black preacher and person and Uncle Tom that they can have in that video. So we know what Clay Higgins' history is: a person who does not, or who had not paid his court ordered child support. So we know what type of person Clay Higgins is, and this is what we're saying. Our black politicians will not dare have a press conference against him, but he definitely would have a press conference against the black community in a minute. So this is why I say there are some cowards in our community, Brother Keith, on the state, national, and local level, Brother Coach. You know who they are. They're in your community who will not serve you, but will serve people like Clay Higgins. Go ahead, Brother Keith.
And then another thing, Brother J, I want to go a little further than the elected officials, which the question has to be asked sooner or later. At some point, the question has to be asked: do you support those values? Another thing, our organizations, the
alphabet organizations,
the activists, we have to ask them: are you getting funding from these MAGA white supremacists? Are you getting funding?
I know a couple of years ago, Clay Higgins was invited to one of the NAACP, one of the alphabet groups, the NAACP groups, where we had a tiff on social media about whether or not they should be inviting Clay Higgins over there. Clay Higgins is pushing a white supremacist agenda, but you want him there for what? For you could turn your group into a white supremacist operation? Make it make sense, like they say.
Because, Brother J, we have to ask him.
Or you want to get some money under the table?
Are you getting funding on the reason and the surface of if our organizations that we supposed to go to when we discriminated against, or when we're brutalized against, when we have a police brutality issue, when injustice is done, if our organizations that we go to are getting funding from these conservative representatives, we got to think about it. Yeah. How far can they? I know
some of these groups in New Iberia, they got a MAGA person they hold near and dear. Some of the groups named Blake Miguez, who's got his eye on the United States Senate seat, I think he's state Senate in the state senator Blake Miguez. I think that's what he is now. He got his eye on the United States Senate seat against the doctor senator, whatever his name is. I mean, I can't even remember their name because they're so passé. I mean, they're so boring. They're so uninspiring as leaders here in South Louisiana. You know.
But that's the question: how far? If we're getting funding from the oppressor, how far can our fight go? That's the question. How far can our fight go if we get funding?
Just to the next membership drive. Just to the next membership. They want your membership. They want your money, but they don't want to fight for you.
How far can we go before that representative called and say, "Hey, look, shut it down, or I'm cutting funding"? And this the thing. And I want everybody to know. And I want everybody to know, on this platform, we don't receive a dollar.
One other thing came up. I wanted to ask Brother Keith and you too, but Brother Keith, could Brother Keith go over everything that was, I guess I would say, was asked for by those Democrats to the Republicans that they will get out of this with this agreement that they agreed to? What are they? Because I think
they wanted a meeting. They wanted a vote on to extend the parts of Obamacare. They wanted a promise of a vote. Now, how you ask
let
for
me
a
let me
promise of a vote for some crooks and some liars like Mike Johnson? Come on now, you're not
let
gonna
me
get
let
that.
me let me let me
And
let
but
me
the
get this.
promise of the vote is for like things like, are they going to give the people who lost their jobs back during this shutdown?
No,
Is
none of
that
that was in there. None of that
That's
was in there.
what are
that's
things
up to the
that they're
administration.
getting? Because we need to know those things. I think we need to know what are we getting out of this.
Well,
Let me
we
get
should
this.
be
Let me
calling up our state representative or our United States Congressman Clay Higgins to tell us, or our local state representative in the Lafayette, New Iberia area, or St. Martin area. But we don't. That's not going to happen because they go talk to Channel 10 for 15 seconds. That's the way they do it.
Yeah,
let me get
and
this.
it's
I
something
know we got
you
about 10
don't
minutes
know
left.
because what I'm understanding was that was something that is on the table. By them doing that, they're gonna get the jobs back for all those people that were laid off by the administration during this period of time. The federal workers that were all laid off, that they would get their jobs back, and then they would all get their back pay and etc.
Let me
What are
let,
the
let me
other things?
let me show you what they were about. Breaking news from Occupy the Democrats. Here's what they want. The Senate Republicans want. They just got busted for giving themselves a $500,000 handout with an amendment that lets them sue the government for investigating them for January 6th. That's what the Republicans getting. They get at least because they got the votes, right. They got the tip of the scale. This is the stuff that they're getting. I don't see the Democrats getting anything but being clowned in lip service.
Let me
You know.
let me
So
say
go
this.
ahead, brother Keith.
Let me
And one other one I think so too is the fact that they're going to get the SNAP benefits back for at least, I think 1 year. I think I heard that for at least 1 year. And after that, I guess the SNAP benefits go be back in
Coach,
negotiation.
brother
Coach,
Keith has
let me
something.
give let me get a chance to respond, Coach. Let me get a chance to respond. Um, I'm gonna say this, brother J. First off, what we getting on the subsidies, what the Democrats are getting is a a vote on the floor for the Republican majority to come back and say no, we're not extending the subsidies anyway. That's what they wanted talk. Um, far as snap go, um, the U.S. government is regulated to give those SNAP benefits, but then in January, this is the thing, Coach. If you've been listening, if you've been paying attention, and that's why I tell our people, y'all go do your research, y'all go educate yourself. The government gonna open the government gonna open this CR gonna go through this worked out CR gonna go through for what 30 days, if 30 days, and then come back in January. Come back in January. That's what was the fight was about. Come back in January. Come back in January after the CR expire. The big beautiful bill gonna take effect, people, and that's what we've been saying on this show. The big beautiful bill was gonna take effect. So what the Democrats got, nothing accomplished.
Yeah.
The government shutdown was about cutting back some of these cuttings in the big beautiful bill. Some of these cuts in the big beautiful bill, and they didn't get it. They didn't get it because they
Right.
didn't cut back on it. And come January, the big beautiful bill gonna take effect, and everything that happened during this shutdown gonna start all over again in
Again.
January.
Yeah.
And that
And what it
and it's
also
not and
designed to do to let you have your little holiday season and make yourself
correct,
give you a sense of
correct.
well-being, and then you could go out there and spend a little money, get drunk, and then you have that hangover after January, and then you go back to the same damn thing, deja vu all over again.
And then I want everybody to understand. I want everybody to understand. Once this big beautiful bill take effect, the Republicans don't have to work back on nothing.
Yeah.
They got the control. Their bill is in effect, and that's the way it's gonna roll. So all this time we've been telling you, do your research, pay attention to what's going on. Snap gonna get cut back anyway.
Yeah.
In
They
January.
effectively they want to do away with SNAP. Part of
Healthcare,
Project 2025,
healthcare
they
gonna
want to
go up.
reduce all mostly in all forms of government handouts, what they call government handouts, even though that's the taxpayers' money. You know.
Hey, Brother James, I want to ask this
And
question.
then,
So all our hopes for the midterm and the momentum that we have or had, is all of that washed away now?
No, it's not completely
it all
washed
depends.
away. It depends
It
on
all
how
depends.
what you see the move that just happened, Coach, with the Democrats, the few Democrats that caved in. That is the problem. It could happen. There could be a change of seat, but given Trump correlation of power, we don't know if what you could have a blue wave in the midterm, but if Trump is in power, have power enough to have people in place to nullify that, whether through the courts or whether through actually having physical people to stop you from voting or declaring some type of martial law, some kind of national emergency, that is the problem. And and we don't
give me
have
2
people
minutes,
who are
brother Jake,
willing.
and I'm gonna let
For
you
instance,
go
we
ahead.
had this governor. Let's look at this. Governor J.D. Pritzker said he would have ICE agents violate your rights. They should be arrested. Right now, who's going to arrest them? If you have a control of a police force that can arrest these people, or some marshals, United States marshals, who will go into those offices and arrest the Pam Blondie types, or those like that, or the white brunette girl that want to try the New York Attorney General's sister. You have people who can go and arrest these people and put them physically in jail. If you don't have that, you don't have nothing. You don't have no assurance that all of this blue wave midterm is going to happen. That's my
Let
doom and
me
gloom scenario.
let, let me
And in
add this,
closing,
coach.
brothers,
Let me add this, coach. Let me add this.
today we celebrate Veterans Day. And to all the veterans, those are deceased, living, to their families,
All right,
friends,
cool.
neighbors, colleagues, co-workers, classmates, whatever they were to you, we celebrate them.
Yes. Okay.
Because
Okay,
when it
coach.
all boils down to it, bottom line is, guys, our American veterans, we got to remember to thank them.
Well, I'm going to say the black veterans, and you know what just recently happened to the memorial in the Netherlands with the black veterans? Pete Hessig, the racist MAGA representative of Trump, and Clay Higgins and other people like that who claim to be all for everybody. Well, they erased the history that these black veterans had in that part of the World War II, in that part of the country. They took the memorial completely down. They say they don't want nothing that says black, about black contribution. So think about that on this Veterans Day. Coach, we got to go. But let Keith have some closing words. Thank you so much. Go ahead.
All right. I'm gonna close with this, brother Jay. We have to watch that Supreme Court case here in Louisiana, because it's not just about Louisiana in that case. If the Supreme Court ruled with those citizens that filed a lawsuit, that could seal the deal for the Republicans in the midterms. We have to watch. It's not just about Louisiana. It's on the federal level. That's a federal case. It could take away representatives all across the United States in those minority majority districts. And I say thank y'all for tuning in. Brother J, thank you for keeping this platform going. Y'all don't forget to support AOC Community Media, digitalsoulradio.net.
Yes,
And
sir,
I'm gonna
Brother
close
Keith.
and I will
We'll
get
see. We'll see everybody tomorrow. If Keith was sitting in the seat, wherever we might be in the other studio or in this studio, or we hope to see you guys on tomorrow on the Open Line Radio Show. Tune in at 9 Central Standard Time. Thank you guys so much. Thank you.